Good evening, Doctor. This is Nachamba Demariam from SWML 53, and I'm presenting to you the LendShield AI, and it's an integrated credit intelligence and risk mitigation module for microlenders. In Uganda, every day, a loan officer sits across someone who needs money to keep their business alive. A market vendor, a farmer, a mother carrying out a small business or running a small shop, and they look them in the eye, ask for a few questions, and make decisions that could change the person's life. But here is the problem. Up to 25 shillings out of every 100 lent out never comes back. Not because people are dishonest, no, but because the tools to make the decisions, well, simply don't exist. Therefore, there is that gap we are closing. LendShield AI brings intelligent, locally built credit risk technology to Uganda's microfinance sector. And this helps lenders, or will help lenders say yes with confidence and borrowers to get the fair shot of what they deserve. Because every loan decision deserves a second opinion. So, LendShield AI basically helps us know how to carry out decisions before acquiring loans, or it helps loan lenders to know who is worthy to receive the loan. So the problem that we've assessed with Uganda's SACCOs, it's because that it employs over 70% of its working population in the informal economy. And these workers, including the border riders, the vendors, the hawkers, the small traders, farmers, etc., they may not get bank checks as their salaries, and they need capital to turn their lives around. While in the course of acquiring these loans, they may fail to actually repay them. We looked at a few reasons why these people may tend to get loans and default them. One of the reasons is that there is appraisal bias. Given the fact that in these loans, in these loan rendering institutions, they are run by people. And the fact that people have relationships with other people, there may be a tendency of appraisal. Someone can acquire a loan, let's say a market vendor can acquire a loan of 5 million because simply because the person rendering the loan is their friend or their long time or beard or anogi. So when they come to acquire the loan of 5 million, they'll actually give it to them just because they know them. But at the end of the day, this person cannot pay the 5 million back. They are able to pay only 2 million, thus defaulting the 3 million. Then we looked at another problem, and this is the trust gap. Yeah, in this trust gap, someone can actually acquire a loan. Someone can actually acquire a loan, but the borrowers cannot verify their identity because they don't have, let's say, the NIN numbers. So it's hard to follow up these people for the loan follow-up. And then there's also the blind spot. Here, the circles can have no early warning for the deteriorating loans. A borrower may start to struggle at the beginning, making partial payments, missing a week, paying late, or gives us signals that the current system completely ignores. And by the time the loan is formally non-performing, the collateral may be gone, the borrower may have fled, and recovery is nearly impossible. That brings us to defaulting of the loan. So we looked at the people who will benefit from this. And basically, I've tried to state out a few of them, over 10, but I'll try to explain a bit. As you see, our canvas is running. So the document has laid out a few of the client types. We looked at the commercial banks, and these banks are targeting the small businesses, over 10 businesses. And then we looked at the agricultural finance institutions. These mainly focus on agri-value chains. And we also looked at the mobile money lending platforms, the Momo, the Mopesa, the Extra Cash, the Airtel, those lending platforms. And we looked at we also looked at the circles, because this is what is common in our locality. There are people who could actually benefit from this. We also have individual money lenders, because they could also apply the knowledge of this LendShield AI to help them mitigate the chance of defaulting the loans once issued to the borrowers. So why would someone opt for LendShield AI? So LendShield AI comes in to give an intelligent assistant to the person, to the loan officer, before they issue a loan to the borrower. How it makes it. This is how it works. Our module has an application gatekeeper. This application gatekeeper runs module 1 with a new client who submits for a loan. And once the loan officer enters standard application data and the module returns a complete credit risk report, it will show whether the person is eligible to acquire a loan. As you can see in our API, I'll show you our API here. It shows that once a person had filled their credentials here, the loan can actually score the person, and the percentage of the person defaulting can actually be predicted. And once it is above 50%, then the person has a high rate of defaulting, a high chance of defaulting the loan. Then the second module shows the loan running monitor. And this one, it actually works with the active loans, so that if a person is promising to default, we can actually follow them up. This LendShield AI is very important to help reduce the amount of money lost in borrowing the loans, and then it helps us as a country to get back to our economy without wasting resources in these loans, because money is what runs the country. Once money is misused, it means the economy will run low. The document sets out a few other importances of why it is important to use the LendShield AI to mitigate the loan default, to mitigate the loan default rate. These are some of the EDA findings, as you can see. And then, right now, Uganda is one of that is part of the developing countries. Therefore, LendShield AI would help us create a roadmap in raising the economy of Uganda, while reducing the losses made while issuing loans. As an individual who has not yet acquired loan, who is going to acquire a loan, you can also use LendShield AI. And right from your phone, from the comfort of your phone, you check with the app to see, with the credentials you're filling in, how much money can the bank issue to you. And you may know how long it can take you to pay for a given loan without the bank taking your collateral, without your notice. With all that said, I can now conclude that LendShield AI is a very good platform to help all the financial institutions carry out their lending transactions successfully without making losses. Thank you so much for listening. Have a blessed night.